BBC World Service. Now we rejoin Paddy Feeney in the Saturday Special Studio.
In part 2 of the programme today, we've got commentary on the second half of the League Cup final between Nottingham Forest and Southampton at Wembley. For Nottingham Forest, Shilton, Barrett, Lloyd, Needham and Clark, McGovern, O'Neill and Gemmell, Woodcock, Birtles and Robertson. And for Southampton, Geno, Peach, Waldron, Nicol and Golat, Holmes, Ball and Williams, Hayes, Boyer and Curran. At half-time, it was Nottingham Forest 0, Southampton 1, but that all changed about 13 minutes ago.
It's all happening in these opening minutes of the second half. Still Southampton under pressure. The ball with Robertson inside the penalty area. Nicholas there to clear. Birtles takes it from him. And a great goal by Gary Birtles.
There we are. Great excitement there also at Wembley, meaning that it's Nottingham Forest 1, Southampton 1, as we go across to Sir Alan Parry.
In possession on the halfway line, a cry from about 50,000 voices that Terry Curran had handled it, and the referee says yes he did. Free kick, quickly played forward by Forest, not a good one. Southampton are back in possession on the halfway line, but not for long. Little Gemmell moves into the action, picks it up inside left position, is brought down, but wisely the referee says play on. Good refereeing, because Forest are in possession with O'Neill just outside the penalty area. Going forward, O'Neill still has the ball inside the box, finds Barrett. Barrett drives in a right foot shot low, and to Geno's left, but behind for a goal kick. Dennis, I wonder what you see the significant difference in Forest play in their second half.
Well, as you said, Alan, I think that we're beginning to send the big men forward, and the midfield are getting much forward. Gemmell in particular is making a lot of good runs to the left there, and they're creating a bit more width. O'Neill is coming up. Barrett is helping them, and really they're just more going forward. Whereas before, I think they were a bit strung out. They were knocking balls up to Woodcock and Birtles, but really they were too far from them, and they were on their own, not getting control of it, and therefore not really building up any attack. I think in the second half they started to come forward as a unit.
But it's Southampton coming forward as a unit now with Peach halfway inside the Forest half. Leaves it to Williams. Slides the ball 10 yards out towards the left touchline to Holmes, who flicks it back in field again to Peach. And then he returns the favour to Holmes as we welcome listeners to BBC World Service. 21 minutes of the second half gone here of the 1979 League Cup final. And the scoreline reads, Nottingham Forest 1, Southampton 1. Southampton have taken the lead in the 13th minute of the first half with a goal by David Peach. But Forest equalised in the early moments of the second half with a very good goal by Gary Birtles, following a bad mistake by Chris Nicol, Southampton centre-half. Ball at the moment is inside the Forest half, and Frank Clark has played a very good ball forward to Woodcock in the outside left position. Walden is in there quickly again. Throw in to Forest. Oh, and they've taken it so quickly that Southampton are in danger. Gemmell comes forward. Evans tries a shot and goes behind. I thought for a moment Peach might have deflected it behind. I think Forest certainly did. And all the players think it's a corner, but in fact in the end it's a goal kick, and that again was so close. So we're halfway through this second half in a game that is really getting better by the minute. Nottingham Forest 1, Southampton 1. To continue commentary, Peter Jones.
As Terry Geno will take the goal kick for Southampton, and certainly a transformation in this second half since Gary Birtles got that goal. We're really seeing some of the best now from Nottingham Forest, and they get a free kick just inside the Southampton half. And the big men will go up. Needham's going to go up for this one. Larry Lloyd staying back. Enormous contrast, of course, between the two front runners for Southampton, Hayes and Boyer, tiny figures, being marked by Lloyd and Needham. It's Lloyd who's going to take the kick, and he'll be looking perhaps for Needham. Needham making a run now just inside the Southampton area. Needham still going for it. Geno punches it high. The header's still there. Confusion. O'Neill comes into the area, and Neil can cut this back. He can't. It's blocked, cleared by Waldron. And Geno, who looked such a good goalkeeper in the first half, has looked certainly hesitant in the second. But ball will set Hayes going himself. Hayes down the left for Southampton. Checks his stride. Finds Holmes. Holmes will hold it. Feeds Hayes. 5 yards outside the Forest area. Turns it across that area. Looking for Curran. But in fact, Clark is at least 6 inches too tall for Curran. It breaks, and Robertson, deep inside his own half, will try a run. Finds Woodcock. Good skills by Woodcock. Turns away. Controls the ball well. Finds Birtles. Back to Woodcock, just inside the Southampton half. 1-1 here. Tackle, ball takes to McGovern. Ball played forward. A chance for Birtles. That goes up. Offside. Took a little time there. As far as Nottingham Forest are concerned, the linesman took about 2 hours to raise that flag. So boos all round the ground. It's offside. Free kick for Southampton. It seems to me that the linesman took a long time there.
It was the right decision, Peter. It was offside, definitely. But the linesman there was sort of more or less half sleeping there because he took ages to put his flag up. And of course, by doing that, Bertels must have thought he was onside, but he was definitely off.
24 minutes gone then here in the second half in the 19th League Cup final at Wembley. Nottingham Forest 1, Southampton 1. David Peach after 13 minutes. The first half belonging just fractionally to Southampton. And then Forest getting right back on terms in the 50th minute with Bertels. And that shares an ironic one in that the linesman who gave that offside decision has now given the free kick for Forest. Halfway inside the Southampton half, O'Neill turns it short. Colin Barrett, bad ball from Barrett though, picked up by the big, powerful figure of Golat, the Yugoslav. Golat will feed Curran. Curran's got space. Halfway inside the Forest half. He's going at Frank Clark here. Still Curran holds. He'll go down the byline. It's run away from... No, it hasn't. Pulls the ball back. McGovern's there. Tidies up. Finds Gemmell just outside his own area. We're seeing more and more now of McGovern and Gemmell. In the first half, O'Neill was only the only man in midfield for me for Southampton. As Deno comes 10 yards outside his area. He had to there. Clears the ball first time. Lloyd is there. Larry Lloyd. Big, powerful figure of Larry Lloyd. Got an FA Cup runners-up medal with Liverpool. He wants a winner's medal here today. Well, it's 1-1, and we've had 26 minutes in the second half. And David Peach will give away the corner. Far more noise now coming from the Forest supporters in this second half. Colin Barrett's there for the corner. It could well be Tony Woodcock will take it. They're both there close. It's on the Forest right, near side to us. And in the end, Barrett runs away, and it'll be left to Woodcock, who's now calling Barrett back for a short corner. Neither of them seems quite to know it in the end. It's a long one from Woodcock inside that area, headed away by Golat. Breaks though only as far as O'Neill, slides the ball to his right. Barrett checks it, holds it, lays it high across the area. The header straight up in the air. Geno's come out. He's challenged by Bertels, unfairly, says the referee. Geno picks himself up, and the free kick is inside his own area. Plays it first time to Alan Ball. Not seen the best of Alan Ball. Holds it, plays it square infield. Holmes plays it to Williams, still deep inside their own half, though, Southampton. Chris Nicholl, whose bad mistake, in fact, allowed Bertels to come in for that equalising goal. The boos as Nicholl plays it back to Geno. We've had 26.5 minutes here in this second half. 1-1, and much, much better second half, this one. As Geno, this time it's a good kick from the Southampton goalkeeper, looking for Boyer, breaks though off Needham. Frank Clark turning it back to Peter Shilton. Had to make just one save in this second half, but made 2 or 3 in the first half. A long kick from Shilton, just inside the Southampton half, breaks awkwardly for Walden, did well to clear, breaks fortunately to Hayes. Hayes running infield, really a tiny figure, he finds Holmes. Holmes, not a good ball. The idea was right. The execution was all wrong, though. Robertson plays it back to Frank Clark. The ball is still just inside the Forest half. Holmes comes back, battles for it, finds Williams. Williams comes inside Gemmell, but 2 other Forest players head him in. Holmes tries to pick it up from Gemmell. A clatter of 4 bodies, and finally it's Gemmell who comes away from it. He's being chased by Golat, brought down by Golat. Always looks worse, of course. Archie Gemmell, small. Golat's big. Golat brings him down, and indeed Peter Reeves thinks it was serious enough to have a little word with the Yugoslav defender. Here at Wembley, his first season in league football, and Nottingham Forest have the free kick. A yard in from the far touchline, the Forest left. Frank Clark is there, Robertson's there. It'll be Robertson who will take it. 1-1, 27 minutes gone here. Short to Gemmell. Gemmell turns. Good skills by Gemmell. Goes past Williams. Williams obstructs him. Another free kick to Forest. Arm raised by Peter Reeves. Indirect free kick. A couple of yards outside the Southampton area to the left as Forest look at it. Robertson, and he takes them well in these set pieces, John Robertson. A wall of 2 Southampton players. Robertson comes up, chips it high across the area, headed away firmly by Nicholl. Shot comes in for McGovern, finally cleared by Walden. The flag had got up in any case by the linesman on the near side, and it'll be a free kick to Southampton. And it's just about on the penalty spot. Well, certainly Southampton have weathered the storm, Dennis, in this last 10 minutes. But it seems really that they're going to be blown away.
Well, Nottingham Forest, particularly sending Gemmell. Gemmell now is beginning to get into the game a lot more than he did in the first half, and he's making those good runs up the left. And in fact, Southampton are not picking them up. But they have weathered the storm, and with Nottingham Forest sending more players up, it's always dangerous. We've seen this 100 times in football, that the team is attacking, putting pressure on, they can't get that goal, and all of a sudden they break it away, and we've got to watch for Curran in particular. Oh, when they have broken away, it looks very dangerous indeed. So that's the thing that they have got to watch.
Well, we've got 16 and a half minutes to go here at Wembley. Extra time, of course, if the scores are level. As again, we've got tiny figure of Hayes. Lloyd is there looming above him. Turns it back without any problems at all. Shilton. Long kick from Shilton. Deep inside the Southampton half. Nichols there, gets the good bounce. Gives it away to McGovern, though. Finds Gemmell. Gemmell lays it forward to Woodcock, going for the return. Can't get it. Good tackling by Williams. Fierce tackling going on at the moment. Nichols there, comes away from that scatter of bodies and finds Ball. Ball cuts the ball to his left, finds Williams. Williams keeps it going to the left. Holmes has got space. Going forward, challenged by Gemmell. Holmes picks himself up, still finds the ball. Sweeps a good ball out to far side. Golatz is there. Robertson's come back to defend for Forest. Golatz is there, gets the return ball from Alan Ball, asking an awful lot, though, of the defender. He slides down and the ball comes off Golatz. And it's a goal kick once more to Nottingham Forest. Peter Shilton will take the goal kick once more, defending the goal to our left. Just under 15 minutes to go here at Wembley. Nottingham Forest 1, Southampton 1. Forest, the League Cup holders and champions. And I suppose you could call them favourites now, too, for the European Cup. But it was Southampton who took the lead after 13 minutes with the man in possession at the moment, Peach. Not for long he isn't, because Birtles takes it away from him. Finds O'Neill. Laid down the line by Barrett. Again a muddle of bodies, and the loose ball breaks to McGovern, Forest captain. McGovern tries to thread it through a space which is far too narrow in any case. Golatz finds Alan Ball. Ball runs on the current work, goes through the touch, and McGovern will want to take the throw quickly, which he does, finds Robertson. Robertson forward. Chested down well by Woodcock. Good skills there by the England international. McGovern. Gemmell halfway inside the Southampton half. Good ball too, finds Robertson. He likes this situation, Robertson. And he wins the corner. He's happy with that. Just a little bit of jumping just as it takes. The ball goes to Waldron. He's unhappy about it. And it'll be a corner to Nottingham Forest. Far side of the Again, John Robertson will spot the ball up very carefully indeed. It was John Robertson's penalty that beat Liverpool in the replay of last year's final. Here comes the corner, high across the Southampton area. Peach heads the ball away as far as McGovern. Plays it straight back in, offside against Robertson. Play on, says the referee. Southampton in possession. They're not for long, though, because it's played back once more to Frank Clark. Robertson, he's got two Southampton defenders. Turns the ball across the area. It's cleared as far as McGovern. Straight back in again. The header comes in. It's offside in any case. I think Needham knew he was offside there. The big man going up for the set piece. So it'll be a free kick to Southampton. Only about 5 or 6 yards from their own goal line. They've certainly led dangerously, Southampton, in this second half. One incredible moment where the ball literally ran along the white line, all the way along the line. For the Forest supporters, it must have seemed as if it was taking hours until it was finally cleared. 1-1. Southampton run up at half-time. 1-1. Gary Birtles making the scoreline in the second half with 14 minutes to go. Needham picks up the ball just inside his own half. Short finds Gemmell. Gemmell tries to turn the ball back. Not a good ball from him, though. And Boyer, by way of Alan Ball, trying to go forward. Good tackle coming in there from Barrett. Barrett forward, Woodcock makes the Birtles. Birtles going forward here for Nottingham Forest. Birtles still got it. Gary Birtles! 2-1, Nottingham Forest. A great moment for Nottingham Forest. And Gary Birtles, the man his manager said began this season 1,000,000 miles from Wembley. Well, he's not 1,000,000 miles from Wembley now. He took that in the manor ball. Not so long ago he was playing in the Midland League. Now he's playing in the Super League. So Southampton have got an awful lot to do now. They play the ball across the Forest area. Shilton punches it away. Williams is there. Lloyd high. Plays the ball forward. I think it was a bit of backing into Lloyd there by Boyer. It is indeed. So it'll be a free kick to Nottingham Forest. That's Gary Birtles' 20th goal of the season. Could be important. It was certainly sweet as far as Nottingham Forest are concerned. Southampton may not be out of this yet. But after all the pressure from Forest in the second half, there's a feeling that second goal may well be the one that matters. Well, I'm sure Laurie McMenamin's men have got other things to think. but it's Birtles on the ball, halfway inside the Southampton half. And Southampton now must push everyone forward. Boyer. Ball breaks from Boyer, Gemmell's there. In any case, it was a foul by Boyer on Larry Lloyd. So it'll be a free kick to Nottingham Forest on the halfway line. And they will take plenty of time. I remember Brian Clough saying the first time he went to see Gary Birtles playing in Midland League football, he was so bad, the best thing that day was the Oxo at half-time. Well, Birtles has come good for him now. As the free kick is played long, Woodcock will run for it. And I think he may well have won the throw. He has won the throw. Good work by Woodcock there. A yard from the corner flag. And at the moment, this particular part of Middlesex is all red and white. The Forest supporters away to our right. And they take the throw short. Robertson will battle for it. He's trying to get the ball back to Gemmell. Can't. Cullen does well for Southampton there. Comes away with the ball. Tries to find himself space at a better angle. He's being hemmed in by McGovern. Still gets the ball forward, but didn't get the direction right. But at least they've won the throw, Southampton, off the legs of Frank Clark. A couple of yards inside the half, although the referee has said there was infringement just before that in any case. So Southampton have one better than a throw-in. They have the free kick. They don't get very far with it, though. The ball is finally cleared by Forest. Birtles, and there's a cheer, of course, from the Forest supporters every time Gary Birtles touches the ball. Allen ball. Short to his left. Each scorer of Southampton's goal down the line finds Holmes. Holmes is challenged by Barrett and by O'Neill, but he's won the throw for Southampton. 10 yards from the corner flag. Southampton still going forward with 9.5 minutes to go here. Forest leading 2-1 in this 19th League Cup final. And Barrett for Forest, short infield McGovern. McGovern to Birtles, and it's Birtles against Nicol. And when he scored, then Birtles was the man who beat Nicol. Nicol will stay with him, tall, strong and bearded. He won't let Birtles out of his sight at this moment. Birtles does well though, keeps possession. Good skills by Birtles. Nicol still stays with him. He stands on the ball, Birtles. He can afford to now. He's keeping it on the segment of the corner flag. And finally the ball goes into touch. And it'll be a free kick to Nottingham Forest. In the end, Chris Nicol losing a little bit of his patience and stamping on Birtles. And a wry smile from Dennis Law, who was known to lose a little patience when he played in his heyday. Forest take the free kick. O'Neill. Peach did well to chest that one down. But again, Forest are really fighting for every ball now. Gemmell cuts the ball in field. A chance for him. Tony Woodcock. Oh, lovely goal by Tony Woodcock. And the Southampton heads drop now. Grant Clough gets to his feet and shows a little emotion. Gemmell did it right. Just as it looked as if the ball was going to be crossed from Gemmell, he saw the gap and he slid it through, and Woodcock turned, and from the narrowest of angles, he put the ball in the far corner. They shout, easy, easy. It's not really been easy, but Tony Woodcock gets his third League Cup goal of the season. And let's remember, at one stage, they loaned him to Lincoln, and they loaned him to Doncaster. I bet they're glad they didn't, in fact, keep that loan permanent. He came back, did a good season, and he's done perhaps the best of all here, because that now surely is the end of Southampton. And Tony Woodcock and Gary Birtles between them have won the League Cup for Nottingham Forest.
Well, it's hard to say this, Peter, but of course Nicol, by giving away the stupid free kick on the corner like that, really gave away the third goal. It wasn't so much a great goal as a great pass by Gemmell there, finding Woodcock inside the 6-yard box to knock the ball past Gemmell. And Forest coming forward once more, but this time the ball is over the top of the front runners. And Alan Ball, well, they're asking an awful lot now of Alan Ball. He was saying to us this week that with all lose, he was certainly going to enjoy today. But he would have enjoyed it, of course, much more if that scoreline, which we see away to our left, could have been reversed. At this moment, Laurie McMillan is going to play his last night, and that's to bring in Tony Seeley, because the Southampton substitute is on the sidelines at the moment. He's just 19 years of age. He's never scored, in fact, for Southampton. If he was to score now, they'd give him the freedom of the city. And it's Austin Hayes, the 20-year-old Londoner, who comes off. He's done, I'm sure, as much as anyone could expect from him. So 19-year-old Tony Seeley, a Geordie, comes on for the last 5.5 minutes of this League Cup final. But at the moment, Nottingham Forest have both hands very firmly on the two handles of that cup. The cup they won last season, although they had to go to a replay before they beat Liverpool 1-0.
They lead 3-1 at the moment. Southampton have played their last card of Tony Seeley. And they'll try to come forward. Williams, tackled by McGovern. Williams brought down. Free kick to Southampton. About 15 yards inside the Nottingham Forest half. Nottingham Forest 3, Southampton 1. And this after David Peach has put Southampton in the lead after just 13 minutes. And Seeley gets his first touch of the ball. Turns it to Allen Ball. Ball reverses it out once more to Peach. Holmes, he's lost it though. As always happens, of course, in this situation. Every lucky ball now goes to the side in front. You can be sure that everything that's 50-50 now will go Forest's way. Allen Ball. Challenged by Barrett. Lost the ball. McGovern. Woodcock. Good tackle by Holmes. Williams picks it up for Southampton just inside his own half. Holds the ball and at the end wins the throw. It's about 10 yards inside the Nottingham Forest half. Near side to us, the Southampton left. Williams, he's got to take time because he's got nobody to throw it to. And finally throws it to Peach, gets the return ball. Goes down the line. Good skill here by Steve Williams. He's still got control of it. He's in a difficult situation. Then finds Seeley with a short square ball. And Seeley tries for little glory. Tries a shot. No power really, and the angle was still wrong for him. No problems for Peter Shilton. So it looks as if Southampton now, with just 4.5 minutes to go, are going to lose the final prize. They've got a long stint to come here. They've beaten 4 First Division sides themselves, Birmingham, Derby, Manchester City, and particularly that very, very difficult semi-final against Leeds, when at one stage they were 2-0 down and dead at Ellen Road. They came back to make it 2-2 and 1 done at the Dell. I remember a great night that was. It looks now as if the ultimate prize is going to be in their grounds. Forest 3-1, and with their experience, I doubt they're going to give this one away now. We've got 4 minutes to go. And Nottingham Forest held it, and indeed the champions have got a throw. Robertson will take it. And again, Wembley is the best place in the world to be when you're winning. Because you know that all the songs around the stadium belong to you. And it's Nottingham Forest now who will sing their side all the way home for the last 3.5 minutes here. But Southampton certainly have played so well, particularly in the first half, when they were adventurous and positive. They're trying to come forward now with Holmes. Ball breaks away from Holmes. Cullen will go down for it. A challenge coming in from Frank Clark. Ball goes into touch. It'll be a throw-in to Southampton, which Cullen himself will take. It's about 4 or 5 yards to the corner flag. In fact, he's leaving it to Golat. So Golat will take the throw. Back to Williams. Williams holds, has to check and come away. Turns the ball across the area. Waldron going up for that set piece. The shot coming in. Oh, what a tremendous goal by Waldron. Oh, that was out of nothing. A tremendous goal from Malcolm Waldron, the local boy. It was a set piece. The ball came over. Waldron had a look. There was nothing doubtful about that. He hit a tremendous shot. His 4th goal of the season. And he really whacked that one with his left foot. And it went into the far corner. And in fact, I think it may well have been Nick Holmes and not Malcolm Waldron. It was indeed Nick Holmes. My apologies to him, but they were both there together. I don't think it'll matter to Southampton. What does matter is that Nick Holmes has made it 3-2. And we've got now 2 minutes to go.
Well, a bit of lax defending there by, to me, Lloyd there, because the ball coming in there, and for some reason he didn't attempt to clear it, Peter. And it fell really back at Holmes, who cracked a tremendous shot. But to me, a bit of a mistake by Lloyd.
Well, that's 3-2, and we've got less than 2 minutes to go. And that certainly looks a little better as far as Southampton are concerned, but it really was a shot out of nothing. A shot out of nothing. And Nick Holmes will be pleased with that, and perhaps relief now from Nottingham Forest supporters, because a moment ago they were singing, and now they're whistling, and perhaps feeling it's not quite so certain. I wonder, with a minute and a half, are Southampton going to take us into extra time as the ball is played back to their goalkeeper, Geno. A long kick from Geno onto Holmes. And ball in the court for Boyer. Boyer going forward. Shilton comes up right to the edge of his area, though. He strikes himself on that one. We've got now 1 minute to go by our watch. There'll just be a little time added on by Peter Reid. And the picture changed slightly by that totally unexpected goal to no. Boyer brought down by Barrett. Free kick to Southampton. 4 or 5 yards inside the Nottingham Forest half. Alan Ball suddenly full of urgency. Lays it square. Golat coming forward. Golat lays it outside to Curran. Curran will go at Frank Clark. In the end, he plays it short to Seeley, the substitute. Good tackle coming in from Robertson. Forest going back to defend now. They lead 3-2. And we've got 20 seconds to go here. Nottingham Forest 3, Southampton 2. 1-0 it was to Southampton. 1-1. And then it seemed that Nottingham Forest had turned it up. And Nick Holmes goal in the last 2 minutes. That's a little more pride for Southampton. And now the moment when everybody stands back and says well done to everybody else. And Brian Clough and Peter Taylor come over to shake hands with Laurie McMenemy. And Brian Clough, quiet as he always is on these occasions, will wait, I'm sure, for his side to come off the field. But in the second half, Dennis Law, what a great cup tie that became.
Well, Forest, of course, as we felt in the first half, Peter, with only being 1 goal down, if they could stay at that, if Southampton don't get a second, then we'd feel that the more experienced Nottingham Forest would come through. And they did it. It was a great second half. I felt before the game that there could be a few goals because the way that the both sides attack. And we saw there 3-1. It finished 3-2. I don't think that's a disgrace to Southampton, really. But to me, it's probably the best League Cup final in many years.
Yes, because certainly these long League Cup final occasions have sometimes tended to be rather negative. Well, there was nothing negative about this one. And what's good for the Southampton players is that away to our left, they're still being cheered by their supporters. Just a moment ago, Nick Holmes just walked away from that little posse of players now in the centre circle just to applaud his own supporters. So in the next few seconds, Wembley, of course, will belong to Nottingham Forest, because that's the moment when the steps up to the Royal Box seem so short when you've won and so long when you've lost. And Alan Moore will turn away with his defeated Southampton side. Did everything he could indeed. He may feel that this, on his 31st occasion at Wembley, is his last Wembley. And on this occasion, it's Southampton, in fact, who are coming in first. Alan Ball shakes hands with Laurie McMenemy, and then with Terry Cannon, and then with Malcolm Ward. And his goalkeeper, Terry Geddo, remember, only a year ago, was playing for Halifax, looked so good in the first half, but really could do nothing about it in the second half. So it's the defeated who go up first. And Laurie McMenemy is waiting at the bottom of those steps to shake hands with everybody. Before this game, I remember he said, if they lose together. And that's what they've done this afternoon. But the biggest cheer must come, of course, for the winners. Because after it's all over, they don't remember the side who came second best. They remember the winners. And the winners are Nottingham Forest. John McGovern with Brian Clough, his manager at Hartlepool, and then at Derby, and then at Leeds, and now at Nottingham Forest. He played in all 4 divisions by the time he was 20 years of age, John McGovern. But the moment, great moment, but just wait for a few more seconds, because it's the defeated who come up to the top of the Royal Box, and they'll receive what in fact is a runners-up medal. And if you talk to players who've been here, they'll tell you the only difference is the back says runners-up, and that's not enough. The cheer now is for the men in red, Nottingham Forest, the League Cup holders, and the champions, and European Cup favourites. The 3rd time they've been here in a year, and they've won on every occasion. John McGovern gets to the top of the steps, and he gets to a crowd of Nottingham Forest supporters, gets to the top of those steps, turns to his left. One of the supporters, in fact, has put a Nottingham Forest scarf around his neck. He loved that. The Scotsman from Montrose, John McGovern, always looks so calm, always looks as if he's in a practice game, really, and he played so well in the second half. That's the cheer, and at the moment you hear the biggest cheer of all, because that will be when John McGovern raises the League Cup, which already has red and white ribbons on it. The red and white ribbons of Nottingham Forest. They polished it all year, Nottingham Forest, and he'll hold it up now and say it belongs to me.
Tremendous scenes there at Wembley as Nottingham Forest retain the League Cup. Right, let's get back to a happier subject, association football once again, and in the sunshine of all things, at Wembley, the League Cup final between Nottingham Forest and Southampton. Nottingham Forest 3, Southampton 2, Peter Jones.
A League Cup final that filled the stadium with incident, adventure, excitement, and 5 goals that might have been doubled. Southampton began looking sharp and hungry, and just when Nottingham Forest seemed to be finding their own rhythm, David Peach scored for Southampton. Hesitancy in the Forest defence, a through ball for Peach, a suspicion of offside, not so, he rounded Shilton 1-0. Then Southampton played some of their most effective football. Terry Curran had some telling runs down the right, Steve Williams and Nick Holmes were taking midfield, and Phil Boyer and Austin Hayes, both diminutive little figures, were causing problems. But for Shilton, there might have been 2 more for Southampton. But the second half belonged to Nottingham Forest. An opening 5 minutes of explosive moments at either end until Gary Birtles gave Forest the equaliser. A mistake by Chris Nicholl, Terry Genner was lost, and Birtles fired in from the narrowest of angles. Now it was John McGovern, Archie Gemmell and Martin O'Neill stoking the fires in midfield as Robertson, Woodcock and Birtles tore into Southampton, who lived so dangerously. In one incident, the ball rolled right across their goal line. The second seemed inevitable. Woodcock was the scorer, shooting under a diving Geno from a glorious through ball from Gemmell. Birtles scored the third, a superb goal, beating off Nicholl and rounding Geno. The last fling came from Nick Holmes for Southampton, 5 minutes from the end. They knew it wasn't enough. Forest knew too. They've won, they've retained it, but what a final it was.